Hey, let it be known, I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold.
All right, y'all.
Hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. Glad you liked it. What's up, Hustler?
Hey, Beautiful Animated, what's going on? What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Look, I like that gaming chair.
Huh?
I like that gaming chair back there.
Right, it's all comfy.
Look, get your mom right behind me.
I know you game, Beautiful.
No, but it's really comfortable and good for my back. Like, especially when you have a deep arch in your back, whatever.
Hold on now.
You know what? You know what?
For the curvy girls.
You watching your back.
That's crazy.
Watch out now. Watch out.
Yeah.
Y'all are funny.
Goddamn slip and slide around here. Goddamn fell on something, girl. You better stop.
Okay. I'm gonna pin let me pin the what you call it. Let me pin actually I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. All right, so y'all, we gonna get into it. So Sherm has not been here in a while, but Sherm, I don't know if you've been watching. We do Reddit stories. Reddit stories, they talk about
Big Fresh, what's up, brother?
Thanks for being here.
He's throwing something, you hear me?
Together for 10 years, but married for 8. We met in college and were each other's first and only. I honestly thought we had a unique and beautiful relationship because of that, but it appears that was just me. Some time ago, my wife began working at a new company. At first, she found it difficult to fit in because she's always been reserved, but after encouragement from me, she made friends with a group of girls, some of whom were single, divorced, or dating but not married. At first, I was happy she made friends, but then she started going out for drinks, partying, or some other thing her friends had planned. I became concerned by her change in behavior and tried to talk to her about it, but at the same time, didn't want to restrict her in any way. It started to affect our relationship in the bedroom. My wife wasn't one to initiate intimacy, but with her continued going out, she was either too tired or wasn't in the mood. At some point, her company got a new manager whom my wife and her friends had taken a shining to. She began mentioning him in passing, but it got to a point where she was pointing out how he handled certain problems that didn't seem to be work-related. I questioned her on her fascination with this man, and she brushed off my concerns. She even started asking if I regretted not having more experience with women, to which I said no, because she is all I ever needed. I swore I thought for a moment I saw a flash of sadness in her eyes, but she quickly changed the subject. She started mentioning open marriages as a way to spice up our marriage. I was taken aback because my wife is never this kind of person, and not that liberal sexually, to be honest. I had first refused, and questioned if this had anything to do with the new manager, to which she denied, but said she felt like she missed out, but at the same time, didn't want to lose me, so this was a safer option. I warned her that she was playing with fire, then reluctantly and naively agreed. So we set some rules, mainly not to sleep with another person in our home, so for a year, and my wife goes on dates, has one-night stands, then as if I didn't see it coming, somehow is in some kind of relationship with that manager. I, on the other hand, had a few dates, but no one-night stands, because it freakily felt wrong to me. My wife would ask if I was fine, but really wouldn't change her behavior. At some point, I felt the love I had for her, that pure, special innocence of marriage, was gone, and it was killing me inside. I ended up going on a date with an amazing woman who migrated over from South Korea. Conversation was effortless. She had the wit of a lightning-fast whip crack and a smile that would make one forget himself. This, of course, led to more dates until we were intimate. I honestly never had sex like I had with this woman. I never knew a woman could be so giving and make one feel so desirable. At first, my wife thought it was cute, but as the months went by, she began questioning my relationship with my lover. I promptly pointed out that this was her idea, and even that she was in a relationship with the manager I was concerned about. She was silent, She looked like she wanted to say something, but held her tongue. She began coming home early to surprise me with dinner and get the house extra clean. She also started coming to my workplace to drop off lunch and began to initiate intimacy in the bedroom. Honestly, if it wasn't for her opening up our marriage, which I am also to blame for agreeing, all this would have had me jumping for joy.
Yeah, I kind of see what's going on, right?
Boy.
So it's not the full story. It's kind of like a little good stopping point. So what y'all got their first take on what's going on?
First take.
She's
Let me
stupid.
say this. If you're married to somebody and they want to open marriage, red flag, leave it alone. It's not gonna it ain't gonna last long.
No,
But it's kind of amazing. This one kind of backfired to some degree because he ended up meeting another woman, having a good time with her, and it's like, damn, flip the script on her ass.
I ain't never been with a woman who put it down like she did.
Flip the script.
But you know what? There's nothing wrong with open marriages. There's nothing wrong with polygamy, whatever. The problem is the people who are like that. The problem is you can't get into a relationship, have it one way, and then try to change it within the relationship. If you're that way, then you should be up that way up front.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem are you trying to change it? Like,
yeah.
So to be honest, that whole situation sounds like a relationship in the military. It's a marriage in the military. Seen it time and time again. You get two people from one place who are accustomed to only each other.
Yeah.
And all they've known their lives is each other. Now you get them to a different place with some different people that they ain't never seen, giving them a vibe that they ain't never got. And now they want to try more things. Now they're open to experiencing more things. Now their palate is open. Their mind is open. They're more receptive to certain things. They get married young.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's not had a chance to fully live her life. Maybe he hasn't had a chance to go out and explore all the things that are out there. Now they meet some friends that are opening them up to all these things. And their mind is like, yo, where the fuck was this when I was before I got married? You know what I mean? So it's like they're just so open to it. And now they're like, well, if this is out here and I didn't know about this, what else is out there?
Yeah.
You know, I've seen it time and time again. To be honest, they might be really, really good people. They just might not be good people for each other.
I mean, the thing is, she went to this new job and found some hoe friends.
Yeah.
Them chicks are hoes.
The first story. I think the first story that we ever did on Reddit, it was kind of similar thing. It was the friends at work that kind of convinced her to kind of open up. And the reason why I do this, because we all can learn from these different stories, right? Because to save marriages, to save, future things, for if somebody came across this and it was happening to them, this is not worth it, because they did everything right. They got married young. They didn't have to worry about the diseases. They didn't have to worry about, is this my baby? I got a baby by another man, or he got a baby outside, or none of that stuff, right? So they did everything perfect. But somebody told her that, or she had this idea that, she was missing something when she really wasn't. So now we're going to see her when the story finished. Was it really worth her putting herself out there? So, yeah.
That's what you got to say to that.
It sounds like she trying to like she feel like she messed up. Honestly, she probably went out there and did her little thing. She had a little crush on her manager, whatever. She was probably smashing dude on the side, and she probably thought that, hey, what I got at home ain't going nowhere until Buddy met little Ling Ling on the side.
Ling Ling.
Yeah, and Ling Ling started giving him that wild thing. Now she's like, oh well, maybe he is gonna go somewhere. Somebody else is interested in him.
They just wanted something different. You see how? Look at that.
He folding the clothes.
Just wanted something different.
Folding the clothes now. Washing the laundry.
And my thing with that is, she said she wanted to spice up the marriage, but why can't you try to spice it up with your husband and see what you can do? If you go on Google, type sex positions, I know for a fact you haven't tried all of them. So go ahead and do that.
How you know?
She
I was gonna say the same thing.
It'll give you one.
That was the first giveaway. Something was gonna go down. You at work with a bunch of single women, no boyfriends, no husbands, and you the only single woman, the only married woman in the group. You know that's a recipe for disaster. It's like putting a cat in a dog pound. You know hell gonna break loose right there.
I think
But
it's
you know what? Also, she's not a strong personality, and strong personality, weak personalities can easily be influenced by whatever at any time. Because you get a strong personality wife, and she's the only one there. She still ain't falling for these whole ass tricks. You know? Mm-mm.
Yeah, people do what they do regardless.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's true. So let's get back into the clip, y'all.
Let me say this real quick. I believe that any woman that can be easily influenced into leaving their husbands or giving to an open marriage, she was probably never, like you said, she was never strong-minded to begin with, or she never loved that man to begin with.
Yeah.
That part.
Or she was just, or she didn't really know what love was in the first place.
Yeah.
I can already hear the comments. I can already hear people in the comments. Oh, it's the man's fault. He did something wrong. He's the reason she act like this. I don't want to hear that shit. We got to hold women accountable for that.
He did agree.
So he's just as much to blame.
Funny.
And he flipped the script on her.
But you know, maybe in actuality, this was meant for him to find his strong woman. Just ass, wifey.
We'll get the baby. I'm sorry, y'all. We gotta get the baby. But all right, I'm gonna put the video back on.
When I did, it was simply to get it over with. Something in me towards my wife died, and I could see she felt it too. I asked what brought on this change in her. What was different? The response I got was that she wants to show me that she loves me and is happy with me. I never intended to, but I burst out laughing. I asked what about her little group of friends, her manager lover, or her one-night stands. She didn't respond that day and simply went to bed in tears. The next day, I get home to find her waiting for me. She told me she wants to close our marriage. This whole experience was a horrible mistake, that regrets everything and wants us to be the focus of our relationship again. I told her to be honest with me and tell me what inspired all this in the first place, and wouldn't you know it, it was her group of friends that planted the idea because of their numerous sexual exploits, and when her manager came around, he surprisingly supported that lifestyle and encouraged my wife to live free. Apparently, it developed into an emotional affair, but only got physical once the marriage opened. Wow, like that makes it better. She described it as being drunk behind the wheel of a speeding car. It was thrilling, intoxicating, but the price of this decision has become too much for her to bear. She sees now that she never needed a comparison, and that what we had was truly unique and special, but now she feels like she murdered our marriage and any chance of a life together. I told her I might not ever be able to see her as my wife again, and this made her break down in front of me. I simply held her in silence as she cried until she fell asleep in my arms on the couch. She has since left her job and cut off contact with all of her friends and her manager, and even told me she's willing to spend the rest of her life making it up to me and work her fingers to the bone to be seen as a wife by me. But I haven't cut contact with my lover. My lover, quite frankly, makes me feel like a man, like I can challenge the world, and my wife hasn't in a while. Truth is, I don't know what to do in this situation. I would love to get the special feeling back if possible. My lover basically saved me when I was at my lowest. Please help me. Forgot to add, we have our first marriage counseling session in a couple of hours. Not sure how that will go. The therapist seemed nice and experienced. She appeared unbiased and actually eager to help. Even though it was our very first session, my wife took it as an opportunity to lay it all out, it seems. She confessed that this group of friends made her wonder if she had missed her chance because she was committed to her first boyfriend and had no other experiences, that she never had the same adventures some of these supposedly amazing women had. Remember, some of whom are divorced, but none are married. The therapist pointed out that this can be, and often is, detrimental to a marriage due to the difference in mindset. My wife seemed to agree, then added that after the new manager started approaching her, some of these friends encouraged her to see where it goes, that this was a chance for her to explore or discover herself. She obviously felt guilty, so she says, so she never did anything physical until one of the divorced ones suggested an open marriage as the loophole, and told her that some couples come out stronger because of it. So, after regrettably, again so she says, convincing me to open up the marriage, her so...
Did y'all catch that?
Huh?
She said, she didn't want to do it at first, but then one person said, hey, if we open up, have opened up a marriage, whatever, it wouldn't be as bad, right?
Yeah, I caught that, and I also caught that she's talking to divorced people.
Yeah.
Correct.
And be
Like I said, first red flag. Co-workers and girlfriends are all single or divorced or whatever, and you trying to make friends with them. There's the sisterhood for you. That's the sisterhood.
Here's some tissue.
Like, man, since she always was a hoe, she just held it in as long as she could. Yeah, man.
And now her husband is having feelings for this new woman. Oh boy. And that's the thing, that open marriage is a double-edged sword. It could affect the man, it could affect the woman, it could, in this case, it affected both of them in some manner.
I just want to save my marriage. I love you, baby. I love you.
Exactly. Naru said, sharing ain't it? Oh, is it my thing? I personally been in the presence of a well-known married entertainers who flirts with both males and females in my company, spiritually unhealthy. Yeah, exactly, man. That's terrible, man. So it's a crazy thing. What's going on? B-Log says respect should always be focal point of a marriage. Exactly, man. He said she got churros and he ate a little bit too. He ate a little bit too. But yeah, man, it's we won't get back into the story, man. It's just crazy, man. I just want to make sure y'all caught that crap. How guys too will try to sneak into, because you got to prepare your woman before she gets into this workforce. Because guys going to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They going to get you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get it.
Adventure began. It was intoxicating and blinding, but lacked real substance. Not like the kind we built over the years, and she started to question her reasons for doing this. She said she could see the hurt in my eyes, but told herself this was an adventure. She said she'll never forgive herself for this. Her chance to have an amazing experience. So the gravity of it all never really hit her until she noticed the change in me. At first, she assumed because I went on dates, I would gradually accept her situation and be okay with it, but that all changed when my lover became a constant appearance in my adventure. Apparently, I started to smile again for no reason, and my eyes would light up when I would get a text message or when I cheerfully left the room to answer a call. She said she suddenly felt a pit in her stomach and started to get mini panic attacks for no reason. She went to her friends for advice again, but they said it was a normal reaction for me to have during the adventure. But when the same divorced one who suggested this in the first place said, it looks like his lover makes him happy, is when the reality of it all finally dawned on her, and the very real possibility that another woman and not his wife gave him joy almost made her pass out. She realized how ridiculous this all was and begged them to help her win me back, but they just told her if she couldn't deal with it, why did she open her marriage in the first place? She knew then and there that these people were toxic and a threat to our marriage and the life we've built. Hence, she's been on a mission to win me back by any means necessary. I, on the other hand, didn't share much, but I did let the counselor know about the situation on my side with my lover still in the picture, to which the counselor said no resolution could ever be reached with my lover still in the picture, and suggested we book another appointment after tomorrow. The counselor said it was unusual for someone to stay with her first this long, and gave the impression that any storm can be weathered. I highly suspect she wants us to be one of her success stories. Sorry that it's long, but I figured I might as well give a full update. Update 2. Still haven't figured out how to link posts, and a very warm thank you to everyone who has reached out. I apologize for not being able to reply to each and every one of you, be it inbox or on the post. Anyway, here's the update so far. Again, thank you for all your support. It's quite literally been an episode of Jerry Springer. I have since moved into an apartment owned by my brother for a ridiculously cheap price. He owns properties and would have let me stay for free, but I refused that. Just a little of what I have uncovered about my wife's behaviors and some unsettling things about her manager. During our second session of counseling, I asked some of the questions that some Redditors asked. 1. If she was sure nothing physical happened before the opening of the marriage. She looks towards the ground and begged me not to make her say it. She said if she said it, then it would destroy us, but after some pushing, she shared that it wasn't physical, but they touched themselves in front of each other. This douchebag convinced her that since it wasn't physical, sort of, it wasn't technically cheating, and that they were simply enjoying each other's full beauty. I was absolutely floored by this, and she started shaking and hyperventilating. Snot even began flowing from her nostrils as she cried and apologized to me. At this point, even the counselor was taken aback and had a look of disbelief. My wife got on her knees and hugged my legs, saying how sorry she was. 2. I then asked her what really changed her view of him. She said after she started pulling back from the group as a whole, his behavior towards her changed. Then one evening, as she was leaving a meeting, she passed his office and heard him speaking about her to another male colleague. He said he was surprised at how easy it was to get her, and how she is living proof that you can't trust the quiet ones. When the colleague asked if he actually fancied her, his response was that she was a pleasant distraction, and that he had absolutely no intention of breaking up with his fiancée. He even added that this was simply to get it out of his system because the only woman who has ever understood him was his fiancée, and he didn't want to break up with her. He also mentioned how he felt bad for me, but you snooze, you lose. My wife, upon realizing that she was nothing more than a piece of meat to this man, added by the fact that she betrayed me for a cheap thrill, actually made her suicidal in that moment. She said she left her workplace and vomited in the parking lot. She also added that her first thoughts were, "What have I done?" and my name, "Please forgive me, I'm so sorry." 3. I then asked her if she loved him and when it was that she stopped loving me.
All right, let me stop it right there, man. Oh my gosh. He was just like honestly, like if I was the guy that she did, I would have had to go see that dude. like you just gonna be playing around with my family, but I guess he kind of helped him out because he kind of showed how vulnerable his wife was. But that's kind of like, man, it made her like want to off herself. That's kind of crazy. Like,
by the way, did I miss something? Did he just say that the manager that his wife was having an affair with was engaged to another woman?
Yes.
So you want an open relationship from your husband with a man who's already engaged to another woman? The price ain't right. The price ain't right.
Man,
this is
wild. I tell you what, though. I'll say, okay, so I want to say some funny shit, but seriously, it sounds like she was super remorseful, like crying and sobbing that much on her knees, hugging dude legs. Either one, she was super, super sorry about what she had done, or two, she was super dependent on him and didn't want to lose it or didn't want to sever that dependency. Because if she relies on him for her lifestyle or the things that she does or the way that she's living, then that might be where the tears coming from. It might not be genuine at all.
Yeah, I think it's from that.
Not because I'm trash. I'm trash. I just can't take this shit no more.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, you was right though, beautiful Sparks. That's some high school shit.
Yeah.
That's some high. Look, standing in front of each. What?
Yeah.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, and it's like,
and
then Black man says that open marriage is like putting a vagina on the yard sale. He's like, you might as well.
Like put it
for free.
Yeah.
Put it on Facebook Marketplace.
It's that Just Rule said this is a season of spiritual upgrade. Men in particular should be able to discern the scan. I guess he said scam and scan the woman they find interest. Yeah, man, we got to do a better job in that. You know what I mean? So hold on, let me. My wife about to come back to the screen, y'all. Hold on, let me see. All right, come on.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man, she said. He said, yeah, that's what she thought. It's like, man, it's getting crazy out here, man, with these type of stories, man. This man is a Milky Way simp, far out and hard to reach.
But he's sweet as hell, dog.
Yeah, man, because like to accept that too, but like I never no, my wife can never come to me and say, hey, we need to open this up. I'm gonna be like, yo, you sound crazy as hell right now.
You sure?
Yeah, don't get hit in here.
I don't know. I don't know which is worse, open marriages or polygamous marriages. I don't know which is worse, being married to more than one person or you being with one person, but then you want to open up out of the blue. I don't know which is worse.
Hey, I think opening it up is worse.
Yeah. It's because it's like anybody could just come. Anybody could just come in and out. Like that part makes it worse because you never know who has what when you're just meeting someone. Oh, you look good. You meet our qualifications, and you're gonna be here for a couple months, and then you just keep switching it over. Meanwhile, over 2 years, you had sex. Yeah.
Come on now. What does a person with STD look like? Everybody else.
Exactly. You might got 5 of them and don't even know. Hey, what up, white man?
What does a drug dealer look like everybody else? How do drug dealers look? Like everybody else you see walking down the street in nice clothes?
Right.
She was trying to throw that ass in the circle. Y'all can't tell her that. She was trying to do something.
She was trying to shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker.
Yeah, she'll try to work something for somebody else's fiance. Let her live her life. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Black man, you there? You there?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Oh, no, my bad, brother. Was you down there for a long time?
Oh no, that's me. Hey, listen. So, man, I'm glad that I got on, man, because I can't be on long because I'm trying to get going. Because see, guys, I'm gonna get this nice little birthday party. I thought it was gonna be a little nice little classy affair. I come in here, and all these single women in here. I see why they all over 35. They all ugly, and they resemble the women that you guys are talking about tonight. Hallelujah! Somebody turn to your neighbor and say amen. Listen, but I'm gonna say something about these open marriages real quick. Some people built for it and some people not. And I don't think they should do it. I really don't. Because I think that vagina has an expiration date. I think vagina is like milk. I think vagina is like that can of chili you forgot that was at the top shelf, and it has expired 10/12/2019. So I think that it's more pressure on the woman than anything, because she's going to go out and just throw that thing from the free throw line. Everybody's going to get a rebound. She's going to come right back home and sit that same vagina that just got through a dozer work and sit it right on her husband's face.
Hey, what about that? What about that vinegar though?
Huh? That vinegar?
That snapback. Yeah, don't that snapback?
Well, no, because some of these hoes need a dish with a battery on it. So we talking about these, because some of these women walk around and their pussy smell like casket pillows. And we have to understand that you have to be willing to let that go. You cannot keep giving that. You can't keep giving it away, because every time you give it away, it's gonna have another smell. One day it's gonna smell like pig feet. The next day, peroxide. The next day, roast wrapped, foil wrapped roast beef. It's bad on the women, man. And to be honest, a lot of women really can't put up with it when they get 50, 60 years old, and they coochie lips look like broken wings on a dove. They start to reflect back on the fact that they gave that thing away to everybody. So, guys, I think we should have a moment of silence for all the coochie lips out there that are hanging low. Yeah, it's some of those coochie lips, when you look at them, it just gives you the sound. We in bad shape, guys. We in bad shape, and like I said, some women, even I've heard of women that use dildos, and the dildos melted inside of them because it was so bad. Oh yeah, she put it. Yeah, that's why they have so many lawsuits. They're suing them, but it's their vagina that's doing it. The batteries are falling down in there after it burns up and boils and melts down in the hole of eternity. They've had babies pull the dildos down in the women. Other men's bodies that was left there. So it's like a male graveyard.
And then what they're gonna be saying to you, bro?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. I think men. I don't think it's good for some men to do it either, because men have some men have an emotional issue where they may get in the car and start crying when they walk in the room and see Curb Big Ronnie with a 12-inch or 14-inch putting it up inside his wife, and he working with a 4.5. See, that's where it gets real ugly. So it's bad when the wife cat gonna stink and the man that gave it to her is working with a monster. So you have to, we have to be willing to, she just got through having sex with the albino sledgehammer, and then she come home and you're working with the hammer that she put the toy chest with together. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. Let me get back to this party. because it's getting a little lit. I hear people screaming back there. I know the alcohol is at an all-time high. I don't drink. I told my wife, if you get loose, you get left. Because so I'm going to go in here and participate. And you guys have a good night. I had to come show some support to my brother and my sister.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
Thanks
that.
so much for the laugh. You are funny. Change your name to Comedy Man. I don't know.
All right. Hey, James. Guess what I saw last night? I had a vision.
Oh man.
That you and your wife had twins.
Oh gosh. See.
So when you get off tonight, I need you to go to work, Doc. Okay.
Hey, she actually been trying to get another baby out from me. So just you know what I mean, y'all be on the lookout, man.
Hey, LadyDy, you got to try. Come on, somebody, bars tonight. Just go ahead and show up and show out and show them what that booty is all about. All right, so y'all be good, man. I love y'all. And peace.
He just want us to catch up with his ass. He got about seven kids over there. He want us to feel the pain he got. Let me stop. But these twins are not. I'm saying.
You ready to get back?
I'm sorry, beautifully. It looked like there was a scam going on in the back. It looked like there was a scam going on in the back. Someone had your name back here, another camera.
No,
So
that was me sharing with you.
Okay, I'm sorry. People do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
No, so hold up. You just because I will share. Somebody shares their screen with you, and then you allow it to be seen, whatever.
Oh, okay. Send it back.
What that was, girl.
And we still do.
You have instead of block.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Add it. Okay. Wait, hold on.
Man, that was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
There we go. Some old tin cans like he was talking about.
Yes.
All nice and swollen. Ready to pop.
For
Bruh.
real. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
What were we even talking about in the first place, bro?
Oh, we talking about the story. We about to get back into
It's
it.
almost
man.
over.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
She looked me dead in the eye, through tears, and said she'd never stop loving me, which honestly makes it worse, and that he was just something different. She thought it was love, but now realizes how foolish she was.
Before we finish, y'all, please like this video. Thank you so much for being here.
She squeezed my arm with surprising strength and said she knows she messed up, but she misses us and the connection we had before all of this. She even suggested we move away and start fresh, just the two of us, just as it was meant to be. I then told her it wouldn't be fair to my lover and that I need time away from her to process all this. It was like she had a meltdown at those words. She started sobbing harder and saying incoherent things. She held on to me as if I was going to disappear. It took some time for both me and the counselor to calm her down. The counselor managed to convince her that maybe time apart could help us heal. Now I wish I could end the update with just this, but as we got home, I began to pack. My wife got a video call from her laptop. It was one of her former friends in tears. It turns out that after my wife resigned, this friend and the manager began a fling of their own, but apparently she had a pregnancy scare, which caused him to basically turn into Dr. Jekyll. To make matters worse, she had a boyfriend whom she apparently could see a future with him, and the only reason why she even had a fling was because she was curious of the experience. Funny how that seems to be a trend. Her boyfriend found out because he discovered an email between the two discussing the potential pregnancy, but the manager basically accused her of baby trapping him. Of course, he left her, and the reason why she made contact is because she was under the impression that my wife managed to save our marriage and was desperately seeking advice. I just turned and left and have been staying in the apartment ever since. Update 3. My wife's insane behavior and how it changed us. Some things have happened so far, and my decision moving forward. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who took the time to reach out and share either helpful advice, your own similar life story, or just offered an ear for me to rant. It truly means a lot. Well, quite a bit has happened. The former friend who had the pregnancy scare was indeed pregnant, but the stress of losing her boyfriend and being humiliated by the affair caused her to lose the baby. She basically turned ballistic, went full scorched earth on the manager. She exposed him to all upper management and his fiancée. I happened to find his fiancée on Facebook, was curious, and this woman is basically the poster child of pretty small town girl. Based on her profile, she's a special needs teacher who is a homebody and is very family oriented. My first thought was, what the hell is he doing messing around with other women when he's got her at home? Honestly, why men like him end up with women like her is one of the greatest mysteries of life. The former friend actually got in contact with me. She wanted my side of the version of events because she was collecting evidence against him, but she wanted to do it in person. She already had her COVID test and so did I, and I agreed. From the moment I saw her face, I knew she was broken. The dark circles under her eyes and her red-colored iris clearly showed she didn't get any sleep and was haunted by her own thoughts. She thanked me for agreeing to meet her and immediately apologized for her role in my wife's adventure. Turns out, her and my wife spoke again, and that's when she learned I had moved out. She didn't shift blame and wanted to take responsibility, hence why she wanted to meet in person. I thanked her for her efforts, but asked her why she would go this far. She said losing both a child and the love of her life changed who she was at the core. She said she can hardly look in the mirror without feeling disgust, and she can hardly sleep because all she sees is her ex's face the day he found out. This woman clearly hated herself, and the meeting might have been a form of punishment for her. She tells me since fraternizing among coworkers is a breach of conduct, and more so because he was in a position of influence, he will most likely be fired and possibly blacklisted from that field as a whole. But the same may be true for her as well, and she accepted it. She left after getting my side of the story and apologized again. I needed to get a few things from the old place, so I picked a time when I thought my wife wouldn't be home. Unfortunately, she was there, but what surprised me is that she had most of our wedding photos out on the coffee table as well as others, and she was staring at them. When she noticed me, I could see she was crying. She tried to hug me, but I gently pushed her aside. She tried to offer me lunch, but I told her I wasn't hungry, then I wouldn't be long, just needed a few things. Before I could proceed, she said she had something to show me. She pulled out her phone and showed me a message she received 2 days ago from her former manager who berated her. It was from a new number since she blocked his old one. Apparently, my wife helped her former friend expose him to all relevant parties, and he was fuming. She said she got the idea from Chump Lady and Marriage Builders. She thought by exposing the secret, she was removing its power as well as giving us a fighting chance. I told her I was glad that she had the courage to do that, but it doesn't change anything between us. I also informed her that I will be stopping marriage counseling, but will do individual counseling instead. This made her sob softly, and she said she understood. I know I'm supposed to feel either elation of the actions taken or rage because it took this long, but I feel numb towards her. This isn't normal, hence why I want to address it in an individual counseling and not marriage counseling. I have also seen a divorce lawyer at my brother's recommendation, just to be safe. As of now, I'm not really willing to fight for this marriage, and it seems my wife can sense it. Before I left, she tried to initiate intimacy, but when I refused, she yelled and asked what does my lover do for me that she can't? What does she, lover, give that she, wife, can't? She, in a voice so loud I'm sure the neighbors heard it, said that whatever it was I wanted, she, wife, would do it. I shook my head and told her if she still couldn't tell after all that's happened, then it's clear where our marriage is headed, and left.
Damn.
Holy blood, you hear me?
Wow.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I don't really like that he said that I know I'm supposed to feel this way, whatever. No, you're supposed to feel however you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, sperm donor. When I was cutting him off, whatever, he was like, "You never loved me." Like, no, I did. Now I don't. And he's like, well, what you angry about? Nothing. I have nothing for you. I'm neutral. Nothing.
I would have spent the block on Shorty one more time.
No, he don't know what she got. She tried.
I'd have told the wife to throw that ass in a circle one more time before we get on up out of here and go back to my apartment. So.
No, because then he'd be cheating on the lover. And he's not gonna do that.
Oh, true. And then on top of that as well, you depending on what state you live in, if you engage with them sexually, that the clock starts over. So it starts over. Like I watch a lot of court shows, and depending on what state you're in, if you you cheated on me, right? That's all right. I'm getting divorced with you. We separate for 5 months. I sleep with you within the 6 months. Oh, sorry. All that cheating shit that you was talking about, that's thrown out the window now.
Yep.
Hey, it's 6 months in California, 90 days in Texas.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy, like kind of like how depending on where you at, how the rules have changed and stuff.
Wow.
But
y'all was talking about recordings earlier, the camera recording. So in some states, both parties everyone who's being recorded should know they're being recorded. And in other states, it just at least one person needs to know that they're being recorded, and that can be just the camera person, the person who's recording. So, which would leave the other person out.
Man, I'd have had to do something strange real quick before I go ahead and leave for good and go back to the new love of my life. You know.
Hey, but he did say, "Oh, girl, his new level was better though." So.
Yeah.
He probably like, I don't want that old cool. So hey, B Law says, nah, hold that L. Nah, fam, gotta hold that L.
That free 99.
A cold shoulder, yeah, man.
They turned the cold shoulder. That was crazy. Well, not crazy. Good for him, man. He should have been did that for real.
Oh man, that's rules on.
I mean, but
yeah.
you can't get. I don't know. Like, how you gonna get mad at the manager or stuff like that when you wanted to be trash?
Matter of fact,
so he treated you like trash.
What he should have did was old girl that invited him to lunch should have cracked her too. Because I'm already knowing she gonna go too. Because she went on ahead and gave her the encouragement that she needed to throw that ass in a circle.
Yeah, but again, he's serious about the lover. He's not gonna.
Yeah. Hey, I done been to Korea. You hear me? I done been to Korea. I done been to Japan. I done been to all the little Southeast Asia countries. Look, they
luckily I haven't.
Magic over there, you hear me?
Luckily for Lady Di here, I had no.
Hey, they're doing something strange, you hear me?
Let me go look it up on Google real quick.
Nah, just stay away from Thailand, you'll be all right.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, especially like the military stuff, man. Like kind of all the stories you be hearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. With this, man, honestly, like with her, and this is with guys and women, right? Because I try to because most of these stories that I have is lessons for both parties into it. Guys, you got to be more stern than what you want. You got to tell her like, hey, you got to give them a cutoff. Like, hey, if I ever find you cheating on me, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So they can understand, like, hey, if I ever say this or if I ever get caught, this shit is over with. You know what I'm saying?
The prenup.
So let me tell you this, right? Something that I've actually had a recent conversation about is that if somebody say that to me, right? If they say, listen, like if you ever cheat, that's the way that I take that is you saying you don't trust me, or you saying that I believe that at some point you're going to cheat. It's like somebody starting off a conversation with me saying, be honest. It implies that you don't believe that I'm already going to be honest with you. So
have you ever lied?
Have I ever lied?
Yeah.
Are we talking about to this particular person?
No, I'm messing.
No, but you know what? The thing is, people. What happens when the people do go in with full trust and stuff like that, and the person screws them over? Like people, that crap has been done too much. So I do understand.
And that's you just screwed over. Move on with your life.
No. There's gonna be consequences. You're paying for that shit.
And this is what you're gonna see. And hey, Sher, this was gonna happen right here, Sher.
Oh,
yo, hey, the best consequence is nobody ever having if that person not having access to you anymore. It's the best thing you can do.
Okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a phone. Grind never stopping. I'm keeping it cold.